Okay, hey everybody, how's it going? Margaret Lloyd here. We're going to talk about self care and caring for ourselves and caring for others. It's something that we have to do every day, or we should do every day. We should take care of ourselves. We should take care of our skin. We should wash our face twice a day. Keep makeup to a minimum. Basically, what I do. I'm not perfect, but I've been doing this for, let's see. I used to, up until probably 30 years ago, I used to religiously pour on the makeup, the foundation. Oh, we had to have the foundation on. Then after that, we had to have the concealer on. Then after that, we had to have the eyeshadow and the eyeliner and the mascara and the eyebrows and the cheeks. Well, that's what I used to do. Back when I got out of high school, 50 some odd years ago. Then I decided, you know what? I never had a lot of pimples and stuff like that in high school because I didn't wear makeup. I go, oh my God, some girls wore it. It looked so thick like it was caked on them. And then they had so many zits under that. I never had that big of a problem. But I kept my face clean. And in high school, if I wore any makeup, it was eye makeup and blush. About it. Maybe lipstick. So I decided after my last one was born and I went back to work and I had to, get kids ready before going to work and all this stuff. So I decided I'm going to minimize my makeup. Minimize what I have to do in the mornings before going off to work and dropping kids off at school and all this good stuff. So I reduced my makeup. I didn't wear foundation. I wore blush. I wore eye makeup. And that was about it. Because I didn't have any blemishes. Well, as you get older, you get different things. And I'm getting these rosy red cheeks, rosacea. I don't know why. So, I don't have to wear blush much. And I don't wear makeup. The only time I put any type of makeup on is if I'm going out and about and going to be around a bunch of people and I want to look decent, look respectable. So I bathe, shower daily, keep my hair clean and neat. I know. I need a haircut. I've got these curls coming up and these curls will not go away on their own. So I have to get them cut off. And that's okay. I like short hair. I don't like it when it gets where I can't do what I want with it. In fact, I go tomorrow and I'm going to get it. I want it to be like an inch all over. See, that's too long. So, I'll be getting this cut tomorrow afternoon. So, but that's what we have to do with self-care. Also, we need to be sure that if we have medical issues, that we deal with those. We can't just let it slide. We have to deal with it. Like I'm having some eye issues from my fall. and I went and had my eyes tested, and they're fine. But I do have some medical issues with my eye that I have to go see an MD, and I will be doing that later in this month. I keep seeing floaties in my left eye and wrinkles in both. I don't know, but it's weird. It bugs the crap out of me when I'm looking. And when I went to the doctor, she said that I was on the verge of macular degeneration. So I'm taking Preservision to help with that. I have the starting of glaucoma. Not looking forward to that. And I'm diabetic, so they have to, may have to do some laser surgery on my eyes because some of the blood vessels are getting too big on my retina, and we don't want them bleeding. So they have to be, I don't know what they do, but I have a 2-hour visit coming up, and Bo's going to have to take me because they have to dilate my eyes. And I didn't mind driving with dilated eyes in Denton because I was like a mile from the doctor's office, but here it's on the other side of town, so gotta be careful. So I have to take Bo and Snickers with me, and they can go for a walk at the dog park because it's over by the dog parks up there off I-35. So that's what we have to do that. And I also have to see a podiatrist for my feet. And I have neuropathy. So I'll need that podiatrist to give me a referral to a neurologist. That can help me with the neuropathy in my feet and hands. Because the podiatrist can't help this. And I keep working this out, thinking it will help it, but it hasn't. I keep doing things that are supposed to help with carpal tunnel or whatever, neuropathy. I wear a brace at night. And I tend to take good care of myself in that respect. I keep my insurance up to date. I have a dental appointment. That's another thing I have to do. I need to see when is that. Hair's tomorrow. Let's see, and then my psychiatrist. Yeah, Mom will have to go with me that day. I don't know when my dentist appointment is. Hope you go to hell. There we go. That's dental. The 18th. Okay. So I got all my appointments set up. But that's one thing we have to do. We have to do self-care. Now, self-care doesn't mean just taking care of the body. You got to take care of the mind too. So that's why I listen to a lot of different podcasts, because it helps my brain. And some of those podcasts are, of course, The Angry Therapist. I love his. And then I listen to Tim Fletcher. Rodney Norman. He is a hoot. He is a hoot. Katie Morton. She is awesome. She knows a lot about PTSD. Wisdom Directions. I love those. Wisdom Directions, they are about Buddhism. I appreciate and respect Buddhism. It is a great way to get your mind and body together, because that's what we need. We need our minds and bodies to come together and be one. Instead of being separate from each other, we need them to be one together. That's the only way we're going to keep it together, is if we connect our mind with our body, with our soul. And I am working very diligently on doing that, and it seems to be working. I have my days that it doesn't want to work. But most days it works very, very well. Most days it works great. And then once we're able to take good care of ourselves, then we can help care for others. And that's what it's all about with people pleasers like me. We want everybody to be happy. And we are not really happy until we make others happy. And the way I like to make people happy is making things. I'm making a sweater. It's taken me forever to make it, but I'm making a sweater for a gentleman out in California. I'm going to make some blankets and beanies for babies at the hospitals. I love helping people and doing things for people. It's a lot of work, but it's good work. It's work it's feel good work. It makes me feel good when I do good work for people. And I always enjoy doing that, doing good work. I like people to be happy. If I fix you something, I want you to like it. I want you to enjoy it. And that's what I do. And like with Mom, 97 years old, uses a walker, but God bless her, and I hope I am much better at her point, at her age. She will go from one point in the living room to get to the dining room area. And then she decides she wants to come back another way. I showed her the way, the easiest way without having to move any other furniture. She forget in 15 minutes she forgets how she got to the dining room table. So I have to remind her she needs to go this way. Her short-term memory is non-existent, sort of, kind of. She just doesn't remember stuff. So I have to be her short-term memory. So I have to have short-term memory for myself and for her. I'm 71 years old. I'm trying. I have difficulty remembering why I stepped into a room. I now have to remember for her. That's not easy. That's not an easy thing to do. So I get jumped on when I get agitated with her. I get yelled at by my son because I shouldn't get agitated with her. But I can't help it. She's not listening. She's not paying attention. I can't do it for her. She has to have some capability of doing for herself, for something. I know not everything, but for some things. Come on. She needs to be able to do something for herself. Okay, she can go to the bathroom for herself, and it depends. And I understand that. And I love her. And I don't want to do anything to make her unhappy. But I need her to step it up just a little bit. That, or I need my family, my sister, yeah, that's never going to happen, to come take some responsibility for her mother. We've been here 2 years, and I've been to her house several times. She does not come to my house. She has no desire to see her own mother, the woman that gave birth to her. She does not want to even be near. She's the one that caused my mother to be in the position she is. Because she evicted her mother from her house, from her home. Mom couldn't afford her house any longer. And so she, instead of coming to me with her issue, she went to my sister because she lives here. And my sister bought the house for $5. $5 bill she gave mother. $5 bill. It's in the papers. $5 bill. So, when it comes time for inheritance, there is none. Susie got it all. And that's okay. But I just do not expect her to want anything when mother does pass, because there ain't nothing there for her. Susie gets nothing. Susan Lloyd gets a chunk of coal, if that. But she don't get no money. She took that from mother. She took it from her. She stole it. So that's how it's going to be. But mom's doing pretty good. You know, she like I said, she's 97. She walks with her walker. We go for walks up and down the street. She's moving around more now. I'm glad she went and got the COVID shot. That's another part of self care. We got the flu and COVID shots. You should too. And I got her made sure she got the RSV because I don't need her getting RSV while, it's out there. I need her to stay healthy as she can. You know, when God's ready for her, God will be ready for her. And she'll be ready for that then. In the meantime, she just keeps doing what she's doing. I feed her. I feed her well. Sometimes she says I feed her too much. I'm making her fat. But her weight stays right at 100, so that's okay. So she's healthy. She's doing well. She does her nebulizer in the morning. That's part of her self-care. And her inhaler. That's part of her self-care. She has got to wear, because when she first started wearing the Depends and I got the container to put the diaper genie. I got the diaper genie, and I'm using it as a Depends genie because they don't make one for them. I was tired of just putting them in the trash can and smelling it. I put it in a diaper genie and not smell it for several days, and then take it out to the trash can. So it's a win-win. We're winning together on that front. When it first started, she didn't want to wear the Depends at night, and we would wind up with accidents in the middle of the night. And I put a stop to that when she did it for the third time, and I told her, I said, Mom, because what she was doing was she was putting them on in the bathroom, but once the lights went out, she took them off and would lay them somewhere in her bed, and I'd find them under the covers. And I told her, I said, you do it again, and you 97-year-old, will have to make the bed yourself. I wouldn't make her make it herself. I'd help her. But I'd make her do the majority of the work. Get it started, and I would do the hard stuff. And since then, she has yet to take them off. She keeps them on. And that's good. That's good. That makes my job so much easier. And it keeps her healthy. And I kept telling her, if she does that, she's going to wind up with yeast infections and UTIs and just nasty stuff. And I said, we don't want that. And she said, no, we don't. I said, then you need to wear your Depends, and you need to at least change them in the morning when you get up and at night when you go to bed. Well, they're not wet. Yeah, they are. I can tell by the weight. Lord have mercy. She would put her hands on the inside of the Depends. Well, I can't feel anything. I'd have to explain to her, well, there is a shield there that once the piss goes through it, you don't feel it. Oh. I said, but the piss will still leak out onto your skin. And then that will then give you a rash. So you have to keep yourself clean. Finally got through that. and got that set into her head that she has to do that every morning, every night. I said, if you soil them in between, that's fine too. We have plenty of depends. I'm not going to leave her high and dry. I could not do that to anybody. That's like, I would never do that to a baby. Not have diapers. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I used to have neighbors down the street that their kids would be outside without a diaper just so they could just run around and play and pee and poop wherever they were playing. I could not. Oh my God, those poor children. I wound up giving her a box or a bag of diapers so the kids could have them, because God, that was just nasty. But, that was one of those people that did not do self-care for themselves, definitely didn't do care for their children, and she had a pack of them. Her oldest one was 21, the youngest one was 3. And just about one a year, if not one every other year. But that's her issue, that's her problem. She had to deal with them. Not me. But remember, self-care and family care. Peace and love. Take care of yourselves. Love yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, that's right.